Hello ladies and laddies, I'm Newts, and you're in for a treat if you're a fan of wacky speedrunning skips. A new discovery made by one of our runners, Cure*, has changed the flushed away speedrun so much that we now have two separate full game categories. The exploit that the discovery is based off of has been known for a while, but now we finally have a use in the speedrun. Let's spare no time and get into this wild skip. To give a quick rundown for those unfamiliar, Flushed Away consists of 11 levels, and each level contains checkpoints. However, some levels do not set a checkpoint at the beginning, like Running the Gauntlet, the level where the skip in question is performed, and Race with the Rats, where I'll be showing you a simpler example. These levels don't start with a checkpoint because, for the developers, there was no point, as under normal circumstances you can't fail a mission between the start of the level and the first checkpoint, close by in both levels. However, in Running the Gauntlet, there is one way. If you never update your checkpoint and die in these sections, you'll be sent to the last checkpoint that had been updated, which can be anywhere you want. Let's say you're doing a full game run and you play up until beating Enter the Lair, the level before our example checkpoint abuse skip occurs. Using hacks, we can fail the mission by going out of bounds. The Jammy Dodger boat can only stay out of the water for 8 seconds before the game thinks you're stuck. Because the last checkpoint is set at the end of Enter the Lair, we load in there and complete Enter the Lair again. However, the game is not discriminatory of what levels are checked as complete and just has a general rule that if a level is completed, you advance a level. This means we can't just go to one save file, set our checkpoint at the last in the game, then go to our other save file, die, and then we beat the game. However, this means that we can get to the mission complete screen of this level and still load in the next level instead of playing the same level again. The Flying Dutchman skip, another skip that Cure* heavily contributed to discovering, uses a similar but also different method of exploiting checkpoint placements to do something similar to get to a developer exit, so we didn't need to make a new category, and even if there was a way to fail a mission without crossing this checkpoint, it would more than likely still be slower. However, Running the Gauntlet is the longest level in the game, the fastest runs being 11 minutes, nearly a quarter of the run. This means that we save 10 minutes give or take. So how do you get the Jammy Dodger stuck when there's nothing to work with? You do so because there is something to work with, in fact. The circle in the water here marks a salvage retrieval event. Basically, if you interact with said event, you are put into a minigame where you have to pull salvage, which you can exchange for quid, the game's currency, out of the water with a button mash segment. If you fail the minigame by doing nothing, the arm retracts and you continue the level as usual. The other key factor is to switch stations on the boat. The main station you're always in is the driving station, but you can switch to another station via the pause menu for different weapons. You can't drive in these states, but it has many odd effects. If you switch as the salvage minigame starts, you can switch back and are in an actual state again. Wait until you fail the minigame and the arm retracts, then right before the arm fully retracts, jump with L out of the water. The game then gets confused, thinking you were in the air that whole time, and fails the mission. Because your last checkpoint was in the hub world, you are teleported there and must talk to Charlie Wu, one of the game's quest givers. After that, go to the Jammy Dodger to start the mission, and off to the next level we go, which is Castle Siege. This changes a lot with the rules because now that one of the biggest levels is being skipped, it sets a precedent for how future level skipping skips will impact how the game is played. The term any percent, of course, means that we beat the game, in our case defeating the toad and view credits, as fast as possible. However, the value of playing certain levels, even the ones considered quite unfavorable, is lost with this unrestricted rule set. If there is a way to skip to the end from the first level, that is so much of the game unseen by viewers, and so we miss out on skips within levels that are flashy and create a sense of engagement between speedrun and spectator. That's why Super Mario 64, for example, is split into multiple categories of completion despite one being the clear winner for speed. As a flushed away speed game develops, more techniques for skipping large chunks of the game will be discovered, and so we must do something similar to preserve those great moments that would otherwise be lost. Therefore, the any percent category of old will now be called All Main Missions. All Main Missions means that you must start a level and stay within that level until you complete it. Therefore, things like checkpoint abuse, which navigate you outside of a level in order to complete it, are banned. However, if you start a level, use a skip that basically bypasses everything within that level while still being considered in the level, such as the Jar of Flies skip to bypass going into this loading zone, saving several minutes, or the Flying Dutchman skip as mentioned earlier, then complete the level, that is allowed in the All Main Missions category. For these types of skips, we may in the future decide to add a No Major Glitches category to show things that would otherwise never be seen. Flushed away speedrunning has changed forever, no doubt. Big shout out to Kira Asterisk and his continued work on this game. He has done more in the past year and a half than I can keep up with. His channel will be linked in the description. By the way, for those interested, the bounty for box skip is still going. Check out the video in the top right info card or in the description for more information on that. There's also flushed away speedrun guides coming out level by level, so be on the lookout for those starting next year. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and make sure to check out my other content. I'll be churning out more videos more frequently as time comes along, so less droughts and more floods of content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.